Insights with Terri Coots, a weekly look through the eyes of predictive astrologer Terri Coots. Here's Terri.
Hi everyone, this is Terri, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Thank you so much for your time. I am recording this on Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to everybody that's out there. I hope you get a chance to celebrate it with friends, family, your puppies, your kittens, whatever you have that considers you a nurturing figure in their life. Happy Mother's Day. So we are going to be looking at the week of May the 9th through the 15th, 2022. We still have Taurus in the sun sign. So that's the bull. That's that strong-willed, determined kind of energy is still there. It can contribute to maybe some stiff necks. We've had it for a couple of weeks now. And some people that are very sensitive may find that there's tension or stiffness or soreness in the neck, the lower part of your head, and maybe just the upper shoulders. So if that's the case and you're vulnerable in that area, don't be afraid to just massage yourself, give a good rub back there, or just move your head around. Don't hyperextend it, but just do enough so that you're releasing that tension so it doesn't just stay there. Mercury, the planet of the mind, how we think, how we communicate, is in Gemini, and the dreaded Mercury retrograde will be upon us on the 10th, which is Tuesday. The sensitive people are already feeling that, myself included. I'm already bobbling things, making mistakes. So processing isn't my best suit right now, finding the correct word. You'll hear me bobble on this podcast, I'm sure, trying to search for the right word. It's just there. Be prepared. If there's something that's important to you or for you and you're vulnerable to somebody else's mistake, just make sure that you're on top of it, because it is something that happens. We make mistakes during this time. We go through red lights. We put the foot on the accelerator rather than the brake. Our body doesn't respond to our mind as well. So this is where people fall, they stumble. Actually, I'll share with you, my 101-year-old uncle fell last night. He's okay, but it's just the body and the mind aren't in sync at this time. So please be very careful. That's going to be for in the next 3 weeks. And you just want to be on top of it. But retrogrades are great for certain things. I hired a new accountant, and we're going to retro over all the books. And it's a perfect time for that, going backwards, renovating, reinstalling something, refurbishing something, anything that you're redoing. It's perfect time to maybe go through your closet, go over things, go through things. Perfect time for all of that. You'll get a lot done and you'll feel really good about it. New things, no. Don't buy a new car during this time. It's not a good time for signing contracts either for something new. Venus, the planet of love and beauty and attraction, is in Aries. Now, that's not the best placement as a rule for Aries. Aries' ruling planet is Mars, the god of war. So we want to be careful we don't have internal fights with family and friends and people that we love, because some of the things that we may have been attracted to, especially with this retrograde, may start to drive us crazy. An example would be, say, a female that is really attracted to a male that does things and helps other people because of his good heart. He volunteers. He's just a good guy, helps the neighbors out. But maybe she needs something and he's going to help her with the washing machine, and then the neighbor calls and needs help with the lawnmower, and he runs over to help with the lawnmower. So the very thing that she was attracted to can drive her crazy. So during this Venus in Aries, we could take issue with things like that, and then maybe get into a place that we don't want to get into. So just be careful of it. It's there, but it's a good place for passion. If you're of the mind for passion, this would be a really good place for it. And Mars, the planet of drive and the planet of passion, is in Pisces. Now that's a water sign. It's been there for a bit. So that's a water sign. Now, water and fire, Mars is a fire sign, and I've said this before in the previous podcasts. So the fire and the water can be harmful to each other. One can burn each other off or dampen the other. But when we balance it, and a lot of this week is going to be around balance, we'll talk about that. That is steam. So it's very powerful and very, very, it's an opportunity to really get some stuff in order. So take advantage of that if you can. And that's our drive. So that would be really good to look around our lives with the sensitivity of Pisces to say, what do I need to balance? Do I need more time for myself? Do I need to spend more time with the kids? What do I need to, because you'll feel what other people are feeling, which is a perfect time to exercise compassion and love and caring. Now, the first of the week, towards about the middle of the week, again, as I said, I would talk about this balance. The moon energy is more in Libra. Libra being, that icon of the woman with the blindfold and the scales, searching for fairness, searching for justice, searching for balance. If you're vulnerable, we could be looking at kidney problems, urinary problems, or bladder. So we want to keep an eye on that, because that could be a very sensitive part if you're in that mood. So if you happen to have your immune system compromised, keep an eye on that. If there's some kind of little sign in your body that's leaning towards that, listen to it. It needs to be listened to. Also, people with digestive issues this week may be a little bit more challenged, so be really conscious of what you're eating, because that's going to be a vulnerable body part the first part of the week. Then towards the end of the week, we'd be looking more at the reproductive organs. If you're a male, it may be the prostate. Female would be the ovaries, so womb. So those could be vulnerable areas too, as far as health is concerned. So we want to keep an eye on that. Full moon, kids, on Monday, I think it is, the coming Mondays, through the weekend, we'll feel that. It's in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a very spiritual, psychological, psychiatric kind of energy. Very positive, very optimistic. We can take advantage of all those feelings. And certainly we need optimism right now. It's in short supply. So if you can, try to do your meditation and really work at it on the weekend, this weekend coming. As we get towards Sagittarian energy, we'll be maybe more moved to be more spiritually oriented or esoterically inclined. So it's a really good energy for being a good person. And some people will translate that to religion, and some people will translate to spirituality. You decide, it's your life. We have a lunar eclipse at the full moon as well, and that's very powerful. So we're combining all of that and really making it strong and concentrated energy to avail ourselves of this really good energy that we're going to be working in. Yay for us. The number 2 was given to us to combine with this, and the characteristics of number 2, as a rule, are tolerance and kindness, which goes really nicely. Feel like I'm creating a meal here with that Sagittarius energy in the full moon that we're coming into with the lunar eclipse. Good intuition that pairs with the Pisces in Mars, so your intuitive self. I'd be able to trust you to listen to that. It's a really great energy field to intuitively maybe feel, is this person feeling okay? Is that person feeling all right? What is my body saying to me? So the intuitions would be bang on, whereas sometimes they're not. Number 2 also offers the opportunities and the ability to really listen to others, to really hear with your body, your mind, your soul, to be patient, and to learn the art of diplomacy. And that is needed too, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying things they should never say, hurtful things that are not necessary. It could be worded in different ways. So I think we're losing, and have lost in many cases, the art of diplomacy and the patience that goes with it. And number 2 will offer that to us this week. Now, what we have to be careful of, and I do apologize for the phone. I should have buried that thing. Just hang on. I'm going to stick it under a pillow. There we go. I forgot. I'm sorry. So anyway, a weakness of number 2 could be that we could lack the courage to implement some of our plans. So see, I had the courage to go and bury my phone there. And sometimes we can leave the initiative to other people to get that plan in place. So that's something that we want to pay attention to if you can. Look at the payback. If there's something that you want to do this week and you know it's going to take courage and you've got a kind of a plan in place, sometimes it's okay with number 2. It's a double, right? Implement it and ask for maybe some backup or have somebody to support you. They don't have to do it, but support me in it, or somebody that you could talk to and say, this is what I plan to do. Do you think it's a good plan? My intuition says it is. What do you think? And then you've got that support. Number 2 will help offer an opportunity to maybe devote ourselves to our friends, our friendships, our emotional life. It becomes very important when you pair number 2 with the week that we're having and all where the planets are placed. Really good opportunities here. If there's something that you want to reconcile, this really pairs nicely with reconciliation. I'm hoping, I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm hoping that Ukraine and Russia will be able to do some talks if they have the opportunity to do some talks, because this reconciliation energy with people who are in dispute and be able to successfully cooperate with others is very strong with the number 2 and where the planets are placed. So if they use it, and that's up to them, it could be very positive. But think about your own life. Is there somebody or something that you need to reconcile with or about? Is there somebody that you're in dispute, peer, co-worker, that you would like to cooperate with them and have them cooperate with you to resolve that? This is so strong this week, and to not take advantage of it would be so sad. The weakness of number 2 is to cling to our property. And that's our things, our material things, and to be bothered by small problems. So sometimes when the universe sees that we need a lesson and we get maybe too involved with money or too concerned with money or get too attached to our things, the universe can maybe offer us the opportunity by taking things away to show us that we can live nicely without them. I prefer not to go down that road if I can help it. So then I look around and I say, I could let you go, I could let you go, I could let you go. What do I need to hold on to? I need to hold on to my family, the love of my family, the love of my friends, the relationships. So in that, it allows us to let our priorities float to the surface. Number 2 also can make us a little too passive in its weakness, so be careful of that. Sometimes we need to be passive, but sometimes we don't. So just be cognizant of that, and to give in to circumstances. Compromising is one thing. Giving in and giving up is a totally different thing. And when you've got that strength of the bull in that energy field, don't ruin that. Take that bull's energy and move forward with it. That's really important, to use that and combine it. Don't give in or give up. I see it a lot of times when people bring their dogs for training. They ask the dog to do something, the dog doesn't do it, and they give up. And they look at me. Well, it's your dog. Continue. Make this happen. Keep going. Don't quit, because then the dog's going to know she'll quit. With this Pisces and the number 2, Pisces and Mars and the number 2, be aware that there could be a form of subordination and hypersensitivity. So just cope with that a little differently. Look at yourself. Am I being hypersensitive with it? Being sensitive, intuitive is one thing, but is it too much? And how can I balance this? And it can be, because the fish are swimming in 2 different directions in Pisces. one north, one south, or east or west, however you're looking at the sign, we can become distracted and nervous and not feel at peace or not feel the quiet. So we want to avoid that. Being anxious, there's a lot of anxiety out there. We don't want to encourage that. And the life path of this number is trying to, trying to form an energy field that contributes to a form of leadership and a sense of responsibility. And so that's what it's trying to generate in us. And so own it. The totem, the animal totem that was given to me for this week, believe it or not, is the owl. And the owl is a very powerful medicine, both in Native American. It can indicate reincarnation, so there may be some people that will deal with some flashbacks or have some issues, and possibly, if you believe in a past life, come up, and to be able to deal with it, to see it, the owl and the big eyes, to be able to see it. Owl is also considered a feminine energy, and then you take the full moon, which is a feminine energy, the lunar eclipse, which is a feminine energy, and we should balance testosterone and estrogen. So even if you're a man, you can get into your intuitive self. It's okay to do that. So this feminine energy can give us the opportunity to feel both sides, to be nurturing the feminine, what we think of as feminine. Now the owl can see in the dark. And so it's an animal of the darkness. I don't mean evil, the darkness. So it's going to allow us this week to really not hide from our own inner secrets. Maybe that we're supposed to bring them out and look at them. And if it's got anything to do with reincarnation, there might be something that we get to address. But it also allows us to see what others don't see or can't see. So the owl is one that sees at night, and it's going to allow us to see through the darkness. So we can penetrate with this and see through the veil of truth and not truth, things that are hidden. So you take somebody maybe that's suicidal and they're hiding it from you. Maybe you'll see it and have the opportunity to help them to act on it. There might be a lie in the family or in politics. We'll see through it. We'll see what they're hiding if you choose to look and take that opportunity for yourself. So we have a lot going, kids. This is going to be a wonderful week if we use it. I want to thank Charlie. He's got us now on Spotify, on Apple iTunes, on SoundCloud, on Amazon Music Podcast, and now on YouTube. Look out. So you can get us on any of the podcasts that you normally subscribe to. You can go to the website, www.terriworld.com. He archives the podcast, and you can catch up on things that you might have missed. And if you'd like to book an appointment for yourself so I can focus on you, you're absolutely available to text or call 519-726-6699, or you can email me at Terri, Terri.Coutts, Coutts @gmail.com. I hope you all had a happy Mother's Day. Have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for your time. Bye for now.
You've been listening to Insights with Terri Coutts, and visit her website, terriworld.com, Terri world.com. And we'll catch you next time